Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Es su teacher de inglés, Ricardo Martins. Estamos en la clase de inglés infantil del 23 de marzo. Pues bueno, vamos a ello. Hoy les quería presentar. Hoy vamos a hablar de lo que sería la fotografía. Presten mucha atención. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about photography. Okay, the photography is like you think about a camera or having a camera, or that the camera is the most important thing in the photography. That's not true. If we talk about cameras and the beginning of the photography, we can see that the camera is only a box. What means that is only a box? The first cameras, as the word says, were real cameras, real giant cameras with a hole in the wall. Were like this, for example. Were think like this. Where what happens with these cameras in the history of photography? That the light used to came out from, for example, from a landscape, and to reflect in the wall in the opposite way. Why the reflection is like that? The phenomenon of the reflection is like that, and uh, our brains used to convert that image in the correct way to watch. Everything that we watch all the days, we receive the reflection first in the object. The object receive the reflection from the light, and then that reflection comes to our eyes, and our brain managed that to change the position of the image, because our brain is so intelligent. That's the way that our brain change this position automatically in our conscious. Okay, that's why the perspective in our daily life is different. But if you are talking about a a camera like a little space with a hole in the wall, the light is going to come through that hole and make a reflection in the wall inverted. Okay, the image will be in a different way. It will be not corrected but by the brain. That's why in the wall do you see the image in another position. Okay, that's why the first cameras have to deal with that. For what reason? Because you have to change the position of the image of the projection of the photo that you have taken, because you cannot look the photos in that way. That's why the cameras have something special that was called mirrors. Okay, this box is the same than the other camera, but it's a little box with a lens. The lens is here, and then the reflections come through the lens, and in the lens he have a paper to receive the hold the light to get printed in that paper. And inside the camera it has mirrors. What it has mirrors? Because the mirrors can let you know how is the photo real. Okay, because they made the same work as the brain to change the position of the photo. Okay, that's why our expensive cameras today are only boxes with a lot of technology and mirrors, because the system never change. All the cameras right now have mirrors. That's why they are called reflex. Okay, The first cameras called reflex are the cameras with mirrors, okay? And right now we have the same system to work. It doesn't matter how expensive you buy a camera, it's the same system that you have in older cameras. Okay? That's why the photography have two ways of 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 doing, or two ways of watching, two perspective. There is older photographers that used to have cameras reflex without technology of, for example, they have the paper, and the paper have to catch all the light and the imaging, and and right now we have our mobiles, our phones, that we can take the photos and watch it in a gallery, and if we don't want it digitally, erase them, like in a file, okay, in archive, in a file, okay, you can erase them and take another. The oldest photographers don't have that possibility. They have to retake the photo if they don't have the good results in their photos, because the photo was was at the end watch, because they have to go to the laboratory to take it to do a procedure, okay, to process the photo, and then when the photo was processed, that's why we have in the photo paper the printed photo at the end. But they have to wait for the printed photo to watch the result. Right now we can watch it by technology in our phones, in our cameras, in our digital system devices. Okay, that's why the photography have no change, but the way of doing have changed to let the people do the things better and easier than in other times. Okay, that's an example of the first photographers. They were in black and white, and they have to be with a lot of time of taking. That's why the grain is so giant in the photo. Okay, that's one of the first experiments of the photography. Okay, it has an evolution, the photography, and also it has type of photographies, okay, that I will show you. If we talk about portraits is the most fascinated world in photography. For what reason? You can catch the expression of the people, you can catch the mind of the people, you can catch the true soul of the people, because you are catching their portrait, their face. And most of the time we used to communicate feelings with our face, we used to communicate things, we used to show our personality with our face. Most of the people says that the eyes are the mirrors of the soul, that we can watch it we can watch a person's face and recognize them. Okay, that's why the portraits are one of my favorite type of photography, and one of the most important things that have the photography, because you immortalize the attitude, the way, the shape, the vision of a person, not in a physical aspect, more than a physical thing. It's like you immortalize the way of that person. Maybe it can be their true soul, their way of being. That's why I love the portraits. Okay, if we continue with this, we can find the artistic way of doing the things. The artistic way is the way of photography to express yourself. When you want to share with anybody the way that you feel, the way that you want to, the message that you want to let to the others, okay? That's the first thing that you start expressing yourself. That's why the artistic photography is a way of express our feelings, a way of express our, I don't know, our way of being in that moment, the way of express ourselves, the way of express everything. Okay, that's why the photography is so important. Uh, with the with the with the with the way of speaking, or the way of give a message. Then you have another that is documentary photography, that express yourself like a journalist. You try to share with another persons the things that are happening in a place, in a moment, the things that, for example, journalist photography used to be like that. Okay, that's why the people used to go, maybe you have also photographers from the wars, or photographers that are very 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 in risky to go to places to take photos to people doing activities and to be sharing. And most of the people documentary also are not so risky, like taking photos from a wedding. The wedding, the most special woman's day or men's day, depends of the case, are one of the the important works of the photographers. Take photos in the weddings. That's documentary photography also, and that's really great. Okay. Also, you have sports photos that are really, really, really common. Do you have that machines with the large lens to take the photos of the football players? And that's really, really awesome. You can catch them playing in the moment, and you can immortalize, or you can freeze that moment. That's why the people used to love the photography, because you can immortalize and freeze your life, your moments. When you talk about landscapes, the photography of the landscapes are really really cool and beautiful. When you travel and you catch a beautiful landscape, maybe you can do a portrait in your wall, or have it in your house, like an art or something. They are really really special too. They are awesome too. Okay, it's a way of express yourself. Other is fashion, that you promote a bag or something to use. And another things uh, are the techniques of the photography. Okay, you have a lot of ways of take a photography. Also, you can take food photography. You have a lot of, and that thing you will love it, that is light painting. To take photos by the light. The light is the most important thing in the photography. Okay, the line painting is most of the is really famous around the young people. Okay, and it's a good way to express yourself and to do creativity. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to our class here in Gloria Fuertes. Okay, I hope you came to the next class, and see you soon. Bye bye.